Hi everyone, I'm Celeste and welcome to my booktube channel. For my first video, I'm doing my booktube-a-thon 2016 TBR and I'm going to jump right into it. So the first category for this challenge is to read a book with yellow on the cover, and so I wanted to keep them short. I was worried about getting them read because I have to go out of town for most of that week, so I, don't want to mess it up. So the first book that I initially picked out is Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli. It has a yellow star and it's kind of raised, so it's neat. And then also his name is yellow and the back has a lot of yellow. And a friend of mine teaches this in class and I've never read it, and it would be helpful because I could refer back to it, specific parts of it, when I'm talking to the students when they get to me. So I picked that one out. But then last week in the mail, I got Drag Teen. This is a book that Peter over at Peter Likes Books has reviewed, and I saw his review and I was like, oh, I want that book. And so I went to Amazon and I ordered it. And so it has, as you can see, it has a lot of yellow on the cover, and you can kind of get it from the title that it is about a drag queen, specifically a guy who is trying to get a scholarship, so he joins a pageant, and so there you go. I'm really excited for this. So I might read that one instead. I don't know, I have lots of choices. Then the next category is to read a book only after sunset. And so that's really easy for me because I'm kind of a night person, and so I stay up a lot at night, and so I do a lot of my reading at night, and that's just what I do. And so for that, I picked Confessions by Kene Minalto. And this is a fiction book about a teacher, and there's some sort of situation where there's a death in her family and she believes that it has to do with her students, and so there's this sort of cat and mouse mystery thing going on, and I was drawn to it because it's about a teacher, and I'm a teacher, but because it's kind of thriller, spooky, unpleasant murder stuff, I think it'll be good to read at night. So there's that. And it's not that long. None of the books that I've picked are terribly long. So that's good. The next category that I have is to read a book that I discovered on BookTube. I have multiples that could fit in that because there's a lot of talk about a lot of different books on BookTube. So several of the books that I'm, like for example, Drag Teen, I heard about that one from Peter. That was on BookTube, so that one would count for that. I also picked up Shatter Me because of Whitney over at Witty Novels, and I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but until I found her channel and saw some of her videos, I really didn't know anything about this book. So, oops. And so I'm excited to see what all her fuss is about. And I think everybody under the sun has heard about this book, so I don't think I have to talk about it much, but I think it would be a pretty quick read for me because, I don't know, the margins are wide, and I don't know, I don't think it'll take me very long to read this. And so there's that. The next category is to read a book by a favorite author. I have a few different favorite authors, but my all-time favorite author so far is Margaret Atwood. And so I have a copy of Surfacing, because it's one of her shorter pieces. And I don't really know much about what it's about, but Margaret Atwood wrote it, so I expect to like it. And it's got a really interesting cover here. So, and this one is a thriller, detective, mystery type setup too. So, I think that books like that will kind of keep me going because I'll get to a point where I'll say, well, I wonder if my guess is right, or I wonder if, you know, like what the heck, who did what? And so there's that. And the next category is to read a book that is older. Now, Margaret Atwood Surfacing would count because, you know, it's older than me. The magic year is 1981, so I'm 35. This book was from 1972, so this one would count too, but the one that I picked out specifically for that is Muriel Sparks' A Girl of Slender Means, and it's from 1960. Ooh, let me see. It's from 1963. The Girls of Slender Means, and I think okay. Let's be honest. So I'm currently working on my master's in English, and a couple of semesters ago I took a British Women's Lit course, and there were like 10 different novels to read, and this was one of them, and I read like a little bit of it, enough that I could pass the quiz, so I didn't give it its true shame, right? So I didn't give it its the attention that I should have given it, and so I feel really bad. I'm sorry, Muriel Spark. So I'm going to, you know, give it a go and make sure that I pay attention to it. So, yeah, so there's that. So honestly, I tell you about it, but I don't remember about it because I didn't really focus on it like I should have that during that time. Okay, so the next category that we are looking at is a book-to-movie adaptation. And I've been watching a lot of TBRs, and this is an unoriginal choice apparently because I've seen a lot of them. I actually have this on my DVR, so it's ready to go whenever I get this book read. But it's Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. This one I think would also count as a BookTube recommendation because I heard about it on BookTube. But I think everybody knows the premise of this book, right? You've got these two young men, and they're interested in film, and then you have this girl, and she has cancer, and it's really a lot funnier than that leads you to believe, but I like going into books not knowing a lot. Like, I feel like that is part of what keeps me interested in a book, so I'm not always good. Sometimes you need to go to Goodreads or Amazon and fill in the holes. And then the last part of the challenge is to try to read 7 books within that week. So I have a couple, like, again, I have a couple of choices. I'm showing you more than 7 books, so, and some of them are quite short, so I feel like, you know, I'm giving myself a fair fighting chance. The book that I have next to show you to help me accomplish my 7 books, if I choose one over another of the ones I've shown you so far, is The Lost Hours by Karen White, and I don't know much about it, but the reason I have this book in my list is because it's the book club choice for the real life book club that I'm a member of for this month, and so that means that the last Tuesday of this month, I will go to a Panera Bread and I will discuss this book, and so I need to have read it, and I'm ashamed to say that last month I showed up having only read half of the book that we were supposed to discuss, and that made me feel bad. And also I've gotten behind in other months because of the school semester, and so I really want to be a good book club member. I don't know that this is my normal go-to choice of book, so that's one of the good things about a book club, and I can talk about it in another video as far as like how book clubs are good for you as a reader, but so there's that. It's pretty, it's got a pretty cover. Okay, and then another book that I picked out that I don't know about reading it right yet, but I put it in a stack, so I might as well show it to you guys. It's Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List, and it's Rachel Cohen and David Levithan, and make sure it's got the light. Okay, it's clearly very yellow. Yellow, right? I've heard, you know, interesting things about it. Here, I have a love-hate relationship with David Levithan. I'll read something of his and love it. I'll read something of his and I'll hate it. So he's kind of exciting in that I never know. But Rachel Cohen helped write this too, and so I enjoyed Will Grayson, which was the one that he wrote with John Green. So we'll see. We'll see. And also, it's not that long. So, yay. You know, maybe I'll be able to get that read. So, thanks for watching. I will have other videos coming up. As far as the actual video challenges and things, I don't know that I'll be able to participate in them because I will be in Houston that whole week. So, and I don't know the situation with the Wi-Fi or whatever. I'll be in a hotel room with like 2 other people, so who knows? But, you know, I'll be watching YouTube on my phone, so there's that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Happy reading.